Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a soulmate reading. This is going to be for the next 7 days. Alright, so we're talking about the 24th to the 30th. And this is going to be for the sign of Leo. Alright, my lovely Leos, we're going to get right into it. This is a new reading that I'm putting out there. And for those of you who want to get a private reading, you can always go to the link at the top of your screen or the link in the description. It's bit.ly/bow and arrow tarot. And just book your reading, and then you can get a live Skype reading with me. And also you then get a video upload of your reading so that you can view it later, see all the cards that were in the reading, hear the reading. It's a recording of the actual card layout and a vocal recording of what we discussed. So it's very similar to the readings that I do here, but it's your personal one. So we're going to get right into it, Leo. Let's pull out your 2 cards for your soulmate reading this week. We're going to pull out 2 energies, 2 romance angel energies. Finances and career. And then we have keep an open mind. Alright, my lovely Leo. So, like I said, this is a new reading that I'm doing. This is in response to the poll I had on my community page where I asked you all what kind of reading you wanted me to add to my regular schedule, and soulmate reading won out. And so I took a few days to develop the reading and decide on which decks I wanted to use, and these are the decks that I've decided on and the format. So I do hope you enjoy the spread. And this is for those of you who are dealing with your soulmate, all right? Someone that you believe to be your soulmate, not just like a regular relationship or, you know, a toxic. We're talking about a soulmate connection, all right? And so along with these 2 cards, I'm going to pull out 2 animal spirits as well to see, you know, what you may or may not be resonating with this week, you and your person. Now, you may not resonate with these animal spirits, and that's fine. You may resonate with another portion of this reading, or you may resonate with all of it, right? But just take what applies to you and just enjoy throwing the rest away. So we're starting out with finance and career, and keep an open mind. We'll get into that in the spread. But we have snake energy here, which is actually earth energy. All right. Wow. This card has never come up before, by the way, in any of my readings since I got this deck, which has been quite some time. And we have moth energy, which is air. All right, my lovely Leos. So we have these 2 energies this week. It's quite interesting, right? So when we talk about the 2 animal spirits, wow, snake has never come up. And when we talk about snake energy, it's earth energy, but it's very regenerative, right? Because the snake is always shedding its skin. It's always changing. It's always getting wiser, right? But the snake basically represents sort of creative potential, right? And so that's why it's potential as well, because when a snake kind of sheds its skin, you can really see what it is now, what it's evolved to, right? It's also the guardian of unawakened magic. All right, so it's the symbol of like sort of your highest potential in a way, right? Our life force, our creative life force. We call this Shakti, all right? It lies dormant in the space of the spine, this energy. And so I'm almost surprised that the snake isn't associated with ether alchemical element, but the animals and symbols associated with ether are mystical and mythical, right? So the snake is a real animal, but it has a lot of that in it since it is associated with that sort of like chakra, the one at the base of our spine, okay? And so in this way, we see the snake kind of coiled, and that coiling also reminds us again of our potential energy, right? And so it's quite interesting. It could be that you or your person are kind of resonating with this week, right? This kind of sense that you are just about to awaken to a completely different side of yourself, right? You may be awakening, or your partner may be awakening to a very spiritual side, a very magical side. They may be suddenly, tapping into a particular skill they never knew they had. But it's coming on very quickly, right? And it generally indicates that you're sort of fulfilling a life, something that has to do with like your life potential, your potential and who you are. This is very sort of consistent with realizing some of your soul talents, your talents as an individual that you were born with. And then we, of course, have moth energy. And moth energy is really sweet. The moth is, of course, air energy, but the moth is attracted to fire. So with moth energy, we're kind of reminded to beware, because the moth is very vulnerable. And the moth can get itself into a lot of like very messy kind of, or maybe not even messy, just downright dangerous situations by nature of its curiosity, right? The moth is very curious. It is a highly creative creature. It enjoys being around a lot of people. It can be very impulsive and hasty. When you see a moth kind of flying around, it's that's how they are. It's this kind of very impulsive, hasty, kind of airy quality. They're very wishful, right? And so the moth is kind of like that energy that, like, whenever, I'm not saying that this is the case here with this relationship, but the moth can be sort of that person who's always getting themselves into kind of like jacked up situations, difficult situations, scary sometimes situations, because they're very wishful and hopeful, and they kind of, wish for the best even when they know better, right? And they can have a tendency to play with fire in that way. So Leo, you could be resonating with either or of these energies, right? You could be resonating with both of them, or your partner could. You could be seeing these qualities in your partner. But remember, this is just a weekly reading for soulmate relationships, okay? The monthly reading comes out on the 1st. So I have the monthly readings ready quite soon, actually. And that'll be an overlook on the month in love for each of the signs. And my regulars already know that. All right, we're going to pull out 3 cards, 3 for your person and 3 for you. This is similar to how I was doing the weeklies, but I've kind of adjusted my weekly readings to incorporate more forecasts. So we're going to get right into that for you, my lovely Leos and their soulmate this next 7 days. Let's see what's going on with them. Show me. We want affirmations, reaffirmations. We want warning signs. We want to be able to give Leo a clear, concise message. At least those that are resonating or tuning into this video so they can resonate with this message. This message can't possibly be for all Leos out there, so we hope that it resonates as much as possible with the ones who are tuning into this video. All right, guys? All right, here we go. Your person sees themselves as a 15, major arcana. Interesting. It's called the habit in this deck, but it is devil, the devil card. Then we have Queen of Cups for your person. For you was 9 of Cups. Queen of Cups is how they see you. The Wheel is how you see them. And then we have how they see the relationship, which is Justice, and how you see the relationship. Interesting. All right. So, let's just make sure you can see all of these. I'm going to put this down a little bit. There we go. All right. Move these up a little bit. So when we talk about the 15, we talk about habit. We talk about dependency. All right. Just remember, this is the Beautiful Creatures deck, right? And so... This is 15 major arcana, which in the beautiful creatures is called the habit. The traditional deck card 15 is, of course, the devil. All right, and so that's why we see this being as dependency, because devil energy, which is creative energy that doesn't have a proper outlet or a spiritual focus, can turn into codependency, instant gratification relationships. So your person is feeling quite dependent right now. I think they're feeling quite in the throes of, it could be some kind of, addiction that is affecting their finances. You have finances and career, keep an open mind. But your person is identifying with perhaps a little bit of negative energy right now. They're feeling like they're dependent on something. I'm not sure that they necessarily feel able to talk to you about it right now. You're feeling right now satisfaction. You're in this phase of Nine of Cups. I wonder if there's something your partner's not telling you. All right? Because for your partner to feeling this kind of devil energy, which can be dependency, sometimes it's a high level of creativity as well. Excuse me, I had to take a sip of water, but when we're talking about here, the Two Cups, your person is feeling dependency and you're feeling quite a lot of satisfaction. So I wonder if your person has something they haven't told you. They may be secretly harboring an addiction of some kind. They may be buying one too many lottery cards, right? It may be an addiction of some sort, or some sort of action that they're engaged in right now that's affecting them financially. When we have the finances and career card coming up. And I'm thinking that you may not know about it because right now you're feeling quite satisfied and contented with your relationship, Leo. Now, how does your person see you and how do you see them? Your person has a Queen of Cups, and that's how they see you. They do see you as a highly intuitional person. All right, Queen of Cups is actually Cancer energies ruled by the moon. So we're talking about a lot of a high level of intuition and understanding. So I wonder if your person doesn't think that you're probably going to find out what's going on. And you're kind of feeling like, it's interesting, you see them as sort of the wheel of fortune. So you're associating them with a lot of changes in your life, right? It could be that this week, this may be how you're feeling because you may find out about what they've been up to. All right, guys, I want to say, because this is just a weekly reading for you and your soulmate, I want to say that some of you may be dealing with a soulmate right now who's dealing with some kind of addiction problems, right? And you may not have completely been aware of it up until now. It may come to the forefront this week. Now, keep an open mind is coming on the deck, and that also could indicate, that your person is in a space where, you don't necessarily have to. Let's put it to you this way. If this is a new thing and this is not a toxic issue, right? This is something that has just come up. You're just finding out about it. Yes, continue to keep an open mind because your person may be able to deal with this with your help, right? With your support. Because we do still have the snake here, and the snake still indicates a sense of groundedness and tapping into abilities, right? Tapping into unknown skills, becoming more of yourself. And it could just be that through your support, your person kind of overcomes this issue, right? If you can keep an open mind. But I do think that for some of you Leos, you're dealing with a soulmate, and you're going to be finding out this week with this soulmate that they've been harboring a secret that they didn't want to tell you about, and it's something to do with their behavior. Now, how do they see the relationship, and how do you see the relationship? They see the relationship as justice and equality, and you see it as a Queen of Pentacles. So I want to say that I think that they see that you, through you, they can be honest and open. I think they feel like this relationship, they may have been afraid to tell you what's been going on. Now, this is a very specific message. Not everybody's going to resonate with this, right? Not everybody's going to have not every Leo is going to have a soulmate that's going through this, okay? But if you're resonating with the sequence of animal spirits and the cards in general, then your person most likely is also seeing this relationship as an equal relationship, as a sense of fairness here. We have the 11, which is the major arcana major arcana card, right? for justice. So we're talking about a sense of equality, right? We're talking about like a sense of feeling like, you know, they can share with you what they're going through and you're not necessarily going to judge them, right? You're not necessarily going to judge them, let's say, unfairly. And it could also indicate, interestingly enough, it could indicate that through this relationship with you, Leo, they can be held to account, okay? Because they respect you, right? They see you as a Queen of Cups, right? They see you as a highly intuitive person, all right? And they love and respect you because they're your soulmate. You know, you're in a loving relationship. We're talking about Leos who are with a soulmate who believes that the Leo is their soulmate as well. And so they see you as being this highly intuitive creature. Queen of Cups is someone who's also very loving and protective of their of the ones that they love. There are other aspects, of course, to the Queen of Cups. She's such a deep court card. And so for your person to see you this way, I think they also can see that this relationship holds them to task. It's good for them. I think they're going to have a sense of relief, you finding out what's been going on, because I think that their love for you and their love for the relationship is going to make them want to be a better person. It's going to make them want to do better because it's going to hold them to a certain level of accountability. You see the relationship as a Queen of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles can also indicate a need to protect what is yours, right? It is a need. Sometimes the Queen of Pentacles is the one who, yes, she's ambitious. This card is ambition. And it represents Capricorn, but it's also the great worker, right? The Queen of Pentacles knows how to get things done. It can indicate also reaching out to people that you trust, right? So for some of you, if you're going through a situation with your soulmate, perhaps they are dealing with addictions of some kind. And addictions can be to anything, really. All kinds of addictions are out there. We always say addictions, and the first thing we think is, oh, he's a drug addict. It can be drugs. It can be alcohol. It can be shopping. It can be porn. It can be going online. It can be betting. It can be... There's so many different things that we get addicted to, you know, that this idea, this villainization of people who have addictions is really obscene, because almost every person at some point in their life has obsessed or been addicted to something, right? Now, we all haven't necessarily gotten to a point where it was unhealthy, but we've all at least touched that energy in some form or another. And so Queen of Cups also, your person sees you as Queen of Cups, also indicates a need to bring in some empathy, right? The Queen of Cups rules empathy as well. And so, you know, they see that from you, they see that from the relationship, but you see the relationship as perhaps requiring you to do, some things, very practical Capricorn things, grounded things, help to keep your person grounded. And again, like I said, perhaps reach out to people that you trust who can help you through this, right? If this is a difficult situation for some of you, if you're waking up this week or coming to a realization this week with your soulmate of a deeper problem like this, this is also... Queen of Pentacles indicates it's an absolutely appropriate time for you to reach out to those who you trust and love to help you through this situation. But most of all, you do both very much love each other. And I think this message came through because this is certainly a message for those of you Leos who are with your soulmate, who love your soulmate, and who may this week be realizing that there's some very heavy issues that your soulmate is going through and how to work on them. All right. So this is your reading for the week, Leo. This is going to cover August 24th to the 30th. For those of you who are on Patreon, you can see the extended reading of the soulmate video there, which we're about to go into right now, where we're going to pull some oracle cards on how to handle this week. And we're also going to pull some Aleister Crowley Thoth deck cards just to see a little deeper in between these connections. But for those of you who have had enough, thank you so much for tuning into this YouTube soulmate reading for Leos this week from Bow and Arrow Tarot. You know how much I love you, Leo. And thank you all for your support. If you resonated with this, of course, please like and subscribe, share the video. All of this helps my channel grow and helps me to continue providing you more and more readings. All right, guys, I love you so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.